Good afternoon and welcome to the program The Buzz. It's a social media show on television and it's a pleasure to be here this afternoon. It's the 1st of October 2018. It's Independence Day. Nigeria is 58. Congratulations to all Nigerians watching at this time, and of course it's a new month as well. So we also wish all our viewers a happy new month. Welcome to the show. I'm not alone here. I have my panelists with me on the program, and it's a pleasure to have come on the show first time. He's a builder and construction expert. Shoebi Samson is here with us. Good afternoon, Shoebi.
Good afternoon, madam.
Thank you for joining us. And happy Independence to you.
Yes, I'm so elated about the Independence Day. I'm proud of the fact that Nigeria is 58 and we have a very bright future ahead of us.
Oh, wow, you're so optimistic. I like that. Thanks for joining us on the show. Also, we have one of our regulars. He's a renowned journalist. He's worked across board, and he currently runs an online news platform. It's a pleasure to have Akobunga Nikayode Balogun, aka GKB, with us on the show this afternoon. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, madam.
Happy Independence to you.
Same to you.
I see you are complying.
I'm not sure it's going. I don't want to one country.
Yes.
At least for now.
Yes. Welcome to the program. Also, another one of our regulars. He's the youth crusader and a life coach, Adebukola Olowoyeye. Good afternoon, Buki.
Good afternoon.
Happy Independence, Buki. Thanks for coming on the show
Always
today.
a pleasure.
All right, remember, if you're watching and you want to contribute to the show, the number to use is 0802-836-8971. And you can also send WhatsApp messages to that same number or use other social media portals, Facebook and Instagram. Welcome to the program. Today we'll be focusing on youth and development, and we'll be taking excerpts from the presidential speech today. Focus basically will be on the youth. As Nigeria celebrates 58, what is the future of the Nigerian youth? Before we start the program today, I'd like us to start on a music note, and that's because it's Nigeria's independence. So let's take this great song, This Land, by Onyeka Onwenu and other stars. We'll take that and we'll be right back.
Nigeria on my mind, born in diversity, blessed beyond compare. Through these 100 years, our struggles and through our fears, we're strong in our youth.
Welcome back from that. It's still The Buzz, the social media program on television, if you're just joining us. The number to use is 0802-836-8971, and I still have my panelists here with me. Now, our focus today, as we celebrate Nigeria's 58th anniversary, is the youth. Taking it from the presidential speech this morning, even the presidency rather recognizes the fact that the youth plays a central role in Nigeria's continuing progress and development. And of course, as we all know, the youth are the lifeblood of any nation. And according to a 2006 report by Bloomberg, Nigeria's youths represent more than half of her population. But we have issues bedeviling the Nigerian youth, which we'll be talking about on the table this afternoon. But before we go into our discussion, let's take excerpts from the presidential speech talking about the Nigerian youth. We'll be right back.
As the forefront have always been our youth. They have been at the vanguard of the struggle for independence. They fought in the war to keep the country united. And it was they who kept alive the struggle for democracy and human rights in our country at times when these were at risk, especially following the June 12, 1993 election and the historic 2015 election process. Even today, our youth play a central role in Nigeria's continuing progress and developments in all fields of our national endeavor: technology, agriculture, mining, engineering, and especially the creative arts. Together, we are building a more diverse, inclusive, and self-reliant economy. In the past 3 years, we have introduced many policies and programs targeted at youth development and youth empowerment. We support the Not Too Young to Run legislation aimed at giving the youth greater say in our national politics and governance. The school feeding program in primary schools is aimed at encouraging enrollment and attendance. We are building on what we have already introduced to support schools and universities, to which funds have recently been released for upgrade of facilities, training programs for our entrepreneurs, and rehabilitation schemes for victims of terrorism and human trafficking. Fellow Nigerians, now we have in our hands technology that is a powerful tool that we can and should use for knowledge and understanding. As with other countries, we must also learn how to manage those tendencies that instead look to abuse new technologies to provoke passions and stir tensions. Never before have we faced such a challenge. We must all rise to the responsibility of shutting out those disruptive and corrosive forces that hide in today's world of social media.
All right, so that's President Muhammadu Buhari there, extolling, in his words, the Nigerian youth, but also identifying our many challenges as youths, and calling on everyone to come round and, all hands on deck so we can fix this issue. Now, I'd like to start from that end of the table. Okay, the president talked about, using technology, agriculture, engineering, and even the creative arts to build a more diverse and self-reliant and also inclusive economy as regarding the youth in Nigeria. But we do know that as it stands, we're not yet a self-reliant country, if you know what I mean. What are the challenges of the youths, when it comes to using all of our national endeavors, in achieving this feat?
First, it's easy for the government to say to the youth that they should put more effort in national development. But I can say this authoritatively that without proper infrastructure, there's little or nothing the youth can do. You want to talk about a stadium that is not functional. You want to talk about wanting to do business and you don't have the right access to loans. You understand? Even if I'm not a pessimistic person, when I talk to the youth, I try not to bring that part, not to discourage them, but the government on their part needs to do a lot to make the environment conducive for youth to flourish. I was saying to somebody some weeks back, I said all these ones that governments are coming, one government are coming, another one is coming and talking about 7-point agenda, 4-point agenda. One government should just come and give us power. Let them see the direct effects we have on our economy. The youth, Nigerian youth are not lazy.
Just one thing, just power.
Just fix power. Let somebody fix power for 4 years, so to speak. Then let's see what will happen in Nigeria. No, you know what? I run an office that the complex doesn't have electricity for 1 year. I run on fuel. So just imagine that cost of fuel is being diverted something else. I can employ 2 or more people to work for me. So it's just infrastructural deficit that is affecting the youth. I say this everywhere, the youth are not lazy. I was coming to the studio right now. Some markets are open. I was in Computer Village. A lot of it are there trying to make ends meet. So for a youth, a vast majority of the youth that the government are not providing a lot for, and they are still doing things to make things happen for themselves, then talk more when government produce all this infrastructure and that equipment for them to do well. They will triumph. There's no two ways about it. They will do well.
Okay.
Nigerians are the most intelligent people in the world. I keep saying that.
Okay, Akogo, do you agree with him? And also, do you agree with the fact that this administration, has included the youths, so to say, in governance, as it were?
Well, you have to first define what you mean by youth, because it's a very vague term. Constitutionally, I think somebody from 16 to 40 qualifies as the youth. So there are 3 levels of categories that we are looking at within the context of the definition. But having said that, I think because they are now 60% of the Nigerian population, the future belongs to the young ones.
Well, actually more than 60, more like 35.
So the future belongs to them.
Yeah.
And they've achieved a lot, irrespective of whatever government impediments government has put in their way. For example, the creative arts, our musicians, our actors, even our IT people, some young lawyers are doing extremely well everywhere. And that's in spite of the lack of infrastructure or the lack of structures that are supposed to guide these businesses and let them grow. Of course, you know about Code Lagos and people trying to do bit to economy, but that's not enough. Because you are talking about 60% of 190 million people. That's why 100 million people that you need to train and work. But like it's been said, once you provide the basic elements, power, security, access to loans, and get out of the way, Nigeria needs to take over and they do the right thing, which ultimately will save this country for ourselves. But you and I know that we are a consuming nation. We don't produce anything. And these young ones are not being trained to think that mindset.
Exactly.
And that's where the danger is.
Okay. All right, Shoaib, do you agree with what we've said so far?
Yes, I want to agree entirely with Akumu, and also to add to it that the president is actually using this opportunity to toss the ball back to the society and say we need help. It's obvious the government they are overwhelmed already, and until we citizens actually begin to see that we can't rely on the government for everything. The government won't help us. If we wait for the next 100 years, we won't get results until we begin to provide solutions by ourselves. I think Kenny's Music actually were one of the people that burst open the music industry, and we can see that has actually paved way for a lot of young people like Davido and a number of them. I will also say that for me, presently my training institute where I run, we don't have lights. We run generator 24 hours. But presently, trainees from that institute are already constructing solar panels that we're going to use to ensure that we reduce
checkmate the problem.
the cost of electricity generator fueling. You know, so until we begin to see that we are the only solution we've got, we might not actually go anywhere.
Wow.
Until that part.
All right. Oh, okay. You did raise something I have written down here, which is the issue of laziness. You know, with the Nigerian youth. The president some months ago made a comment as to the laziness of Nigerian youth, and all hell was let loose. Nigerian youth would have it. But I want to ask, when we talk laziness and the Nigerian youth, I don't think the president was really talking about laziness in terms of not having strength, you know, to do what needs to be done, but rather not having the cognitive presence, you know, to identify certain things and get them done. So let's talk about this issue of laziness again.
Okay, this brings me back to the name of my organization, which is Gold Minds Leadership Initiative. I've come to understand that the black man needs to understand that the brain, the mind, is where all the power is. You understand? So developing your mind. When I see people talk on social media, talk about revolution, talk about bringing these politicians to book or killing some of them if needs be, so that the country can grow. The power is not physical revolution; it's revolution of the mind. You understand? If you empower your mind, there's nothing you cannot achieve. The average Nigerian youth is not lazy. That is what I will keep saying, because out of nothing, a lot of people have survived out of this harsh economy. And if they can survive here, they can survive anywhere. So what we try to do is mental re-engineering. Like I was discussing with him before the show started, and we were talking about the certification thing and the handwork, getting the creative, or what term did you use?
Technical, not like
Competence.
Competence, you understand? Learning the craft, having the craft.
Yes.
So all those things are the things that we need to change, the mind change that we need to have in our society. Just like Akambu said, we need a consuming nation. We need to start producing. We need to start exporting. Look at what China did before they started growing. They closed their border. To export toothpick in China is 3 times or 4 times more expensive than to import. So we need to start working on our mind, so to speak. So I think that is where I'm channeling all of my training, all of my leadership training that I do in secondary school, that the young minds should start using them. They should start. We are the power. I was talking to Femi Kuti some years back, and he said, Buki, do you know that people talk about slave trade? People talk about slavery. That he was asking me that how many years was slave trade? I said like 50, 100. He said no, that slave trade happened for 500 years. That means for 500 years they took our economic power, they took our strength, the physical power of the nation. If not for technology and information age now, it would have taken another 200 years to meet up. And this is the best time in the world, in our world history, to catch up in the developed world, because this is the time of the internet. Change is constant now. Change is real. Change has come to us because of the internet. This information age is not stone age or industrial age anymore. This is information age. That is why we need to catch up very, very fast.
I like that angle you've brought to it. But the thing is, as much as there's a lot of technological advancement all around us, how can the Nigerian young person actually tap into that? If what should be on ground provided by the government to make it easier for them, you know, to be able to tap into it, and not on ground.
Patient, now in Nigeria, they are not sanctioning us not to use the internet or Facebook anymore. I see a lot of people go to the internet to get the wrong kind of information. People go to the internet to snap pictures. This is what $300 billion industry. You can sell your okrika on the internet. You can sell a cup on the internet. It's a global market that we need to take advantage of. You understand? That's why my NGO, the popularity I got over 4 years, I wouldn't have gotten it if I go knocking from door to door. So the internet is a very strong tool that the youth needs to use presently. Like I said, it's over a $300 billion industry. You understand? I have never seen Fela Durotoye. His campaigns I can see on the internet. Oh yeah, it's a global village now through the internet. So I say, like you said, we should go back and take advantage of what we have.
Okay. All right, Akogo, I'd like you to comment on the issue of the Nigerian youth and laziness.
Well, I think what the president was trying to say in his obvious critical way is the fact that the Nigerian youth has not been primed to be entrepreneurs. They've been primed to seek for employment. And it happened over the last 50 years that the ultimate thing you wanted to do was to go into civil service or get a job somewhere where you are safe. And most other cultures that are making in the world are those who insisted that you must learn to use your hand.
Of course.
And it's part of the fallout of the military thing. Because I remember in the early 70s on Lagos Island, there was a day set aside for those of us in primary school to learn a craft or two.
Yeah.
So the day I picked up a saw, and my children were wondering, and what am I going to do with it? I said, this is what I was trained to do. Because you have to do woodwork or weaving.
Yeah.
There are a lot of skills that you are going to. So once the Igbo people out there realized that unless you have a skill, you are virtually useless. And once the economy tanked, you couldn't recover.
Yeah.
In 96,
Yeah.
during the IDP SAP. And that's what caused a lot of devolution in our system. But having said that, the current bridge of Nigerians have realized that you cannot wait on anybody to help to put them in push-up. You have to grab yourself by the grasp and move yourself. And that's what I said, a majority of our young ones now, on their own, are asking to get skills that will give them freedom from a boss or a father who is obnoxious or who is just plain desperate to make you feel bad. And they will come to you that I want to play music. All I need is a conductor, what they call it. It cost me 60,000. I'll buy it, I'll give it to him. I want to be a barber. Fine, or you have a shop. All these are secondary income to me, which I know sooner or later, if they become skillful enough, they will become their primary income. And that's where we're going. Ultimately, we will get there, but we have to change the mindset that you need a school or a certificate to show that you are smart.
Exactly.
And that's where the problem is.
Exactly.
Once people realize the fact that as an entrepreneur, you have the right to employ people. But again, like I said, the black man's mentality, not only in Nigeria, all over the world, is the fact that you give $1,000 to a black man, he will buy Nike, he will buy some John. That's what you spend his money on. You give it to a white man or a Jew, and the person you get a store, and he will defer his enjoyment.
To a later date. Okay.
But you realize that at this point, I need to work. That's why you have the place where they brought in the idea of microfinance banks. Most of them are in cubicles or small shops. But the first thing you do in Nigeria, you get a license, is get a big office, get AC, buy Toyota cars, and behave like a banker. So the original idea was going to be imbibed into the system of the market. Just a small shop, the guy will come on his bike or a motorcycle, get the money, do the stuff and go. But our mindset is that I'm now a banker, now an MD. And the first thing I get to do
I should live big.
I should do a Corolla. And
I get that. Okay.
It's a black thing.
Yeah. You know, some weeks ago on the program, we're also talking about an issue that tallied with this, and someone mentioned that for you to get a good, what are they called now? People who lay tiles, you know, all of that.
Artisans.
You have to go to our neighboring countries, you know, to get a good carpenter, you have to go to, how did we lose it as a country where you can no longer get good carpenters, good plumbers,
We lost
handymen, you know, we don't have them in Nigeria.
We don't loss of power. We have no, for example, I told people that a tailor would prefer to be a tailor instead of riding Okada. Give you access to power. A welder would prefer to be a welder that is straightful than to ride Okada. But he had no choice. He has a family to feed, and the power is off for 48 hours, and for 48 hours is useless.
So the available becomes
So you have to go for
desirable.
what they can see.
Okay.
So a lot of them now realize the fact that I will not let my child become a carpenter. Because it's obvious that there's no future in it. Or my child become a mechanic. Because those two also are dying out. You can't see a very young mechanic now. It's not possible. They'll be around 40.
Prefer to do contractor work that can bring in income.
So our value system has been distorted. In such a way that we are going to pay for it down the line.
Okay, Shebi.
Okay, I want to agree with Akpom to some extent. Our value system has been distorted, like you heard to say, but the origin of it being distorted actually starts from our parents, or the parents of this generation of youths. And I say that at the point where I was growing up, my mom wanted me to be a medical doctor. You know, she wanted me to be a medical practitioner. She felt I was quite brilliant. But I told her that I prefer to build houses. I've always had passion in construction. I've always wanted to build something, do engineering and all this stuff. She didn't believe me. She kept on asking me to do Django and I said, this is my path. You know, but today, she's quite grateful to God that quite a number of things I've achieved, you know, with that industry. I say that we should leverage more value on competence as against desires. You see, when we talk about education, people go to school to attain educational prowess or get educated because of what they feel people will say. They will call, I'm now an engineer. But he's an engineer, he has left the path of engineering. He doesn't acquire the right knowledge in engineering.
And it's miserable.
And it's miserable. No, the man is called an engineer, but he has no iota of engineering in him at all. So until we get to that point, and we are saying that people should go back to say, let us learn can-do trades, competence-based. You are a carpenter, you have passion for carpentry, you have passion for furniture works. You can do products that are sellable. You are injecting values into the products you are creating, and the public, they are patronizing you. The best and the easiest to sell products are products that actually requires very little or no capital to access. Now, we have almost about 70% of Nigerian population are youths. A huge part of those youths are unemployed. Now, the government is talking about Nigerian youth should be more focused, they should be more doing, but they have not provided any environment that will enable them to be more strong,
productive.
More productive, that's the way.
And impactful. Yeah.
Now, if you are giving them power, someone who is doing furniture works can actually bring in furniture making machineries and begin to produce in large numbers. By the time you are saturated in market in Nigeria, you can push it to Togo, Benin, and I was surprised sometimes ago when I traveled to Benin Republic. I saw shoes being produced in Nigeria, in Aba, in Benin Republic. They push it down there, they were selling. Do you understand? So a lot of things, and in every environment, is all these youths are asking the government to provide. But unfortunately, the government is pushing it back to run and say, Nigerian youths have to be more impactful and more doing.
Okay, yeah. All right, let's look at how the viewers are reacting to this. The government should stop using youths to gain power. There is no provision for the youth to excel in this country. Everything has been politicized and the same youth are suffering from them irrespective. We have the resources to cater for them. That one came on WhatsApp. Okay, a lot of people are wishing us happy independence here. Thank you so much for that. All right, this one says we don't know where we are heading to because the masses in Nigeria are in dire condition. They cannot afford 3 square meals. Hello, Nigeria has tried within 58 years, only that our youth are not lazy. They are not wise enough to venture on the potentials we have on ground, like China, Malaysia, India, and others. The federal government has a role to play. Thank you from Aminu Kano from Yaba. This one says, if the government fixes power, youth restiveness will reduce. There will be no time for the youth to engage in thuggery, etc. GKB, hope to see you by 5 p.m. Ugochukwu from Enugu sent that one in. All right, this one says, the young man on black suit, that should be you, Buki, said it all. It's easy for the government to say the youth should put all hands on deck. Nigerian youth can work for complete 12 hours just to earn income. All what the youths need is empowerment, monetary aspects such as easy access to loans that would create more job employment. Also, we need constant power. This other one says the Nigerian youths are not fully engaged to participate in socio-economic of the country. There are millions of creative youths out there without support and job creation not adequate to cater for them. and this country is blessed with enough resources, and it goes on and on and on and on. All right, moving on quickly. Another thing the president mentioned is the challenge brought on by social media. In his words, and I quote, he says, "Never before have we faced such a challenge. We must all rise to the responsibility of shutting out those disruptive and corrosive forces that hide in today's world of social media. We need critical minds and independent thinking to question and question until we're satisfied we have the facts. Otherwise, all the progress we have made as a democracy since 1999 is at stake." Now, I want to ask, how do we see social media as a threat to advancement, whereas other countries, do you know what I mean, taking advantage, of what social media can actually do for us as a people?
It's just so disheartening at this point because you know what, the politics we play in Nigeria is so bitter, and I'm happy it's happening to this present government, because when you come on board with propagandas, they will hit you back with propagandas. So a lot of people, a lot of all these bloggers, all these people that post all kind of news, they are being paid. It's a cash-driven society. You understand? I was very close to being part of 2015, all the propaganda, but I just felt like, to me, it was the first time I was seeing it, like, people can actually cook fake news and sell it out, and people click, and the news is
and it spreads like wildfire.
I was wondering, like, wow, so I've never thought about it before. So it's just very unfortunate that this is eating hard on this present government, but there's nothing that, if I am a blogger, somebody comes to me, I've not eaten since morning, and somebody said it's going to pay me 200,000 per month. So he eats, it's too much.
That much?
Even with 50,
just keep selling those fake news.
But even while we're saying that, let's recognize the fact that fake news is a crime. So people have to know that, even while we're saying,
but you must understand it's not peculiar to Nigeria.
I know that.
It's planted news, or fake news as they call it. It's one of the reasons why Trump is president today.
Yeah.
So it's not really a Nigerian problem. And so we have to understand there's a worldwide phenomenon that we are facing here. But having said that, I don't think the government has the right to criticize purveyors of fake news, because they know what to do. I personally spoken to the Minister for Information. What to do is that do not let fake news gain ground. React quickly and react fast.
Yeah.
Because the only way for you to distort a story is to allow it to fester. And what is festers, and people read only what agrees with them. So nobody wants news anymore. They want a validation of their opinion.
Yes.
And I remember the joke I told you about 5 years ago when Prince Charles, or was it Prince William, gave birth. And I said, I know something funny, that the Egbe Yolomo of Beckham has declared that one free day for anybody coming to UK. It was honestly a joke.
Yeah, but
We didn't come to the UK for free because the prince has just given birth. It was a joke, and somebody took it, made breaking news out of it. I said it back to me. The breaking, one free day visa because of royal birth.
And it went viral.
And it was obviously a joke. So that's how it works. And people are mentally lazy. And like I said, all they want is validation. I know people who don't care how badly written the copy is, how terrible the intro is, how obnoxious the headline is. As far as Buhari is in the bad, they will spread it.
Wow.
Or Tinubu is in the bad, they will spread it. Or GKB is the problem, they will spread it. They don't care.
But then back to my question. Is social media all bad?
No, that's what I told you. I said the challenge the government is crying about is not peculiar to them.
Okay.
It's all over the world.
Okay.
People are now deliberately, consciously creating a new visual world outside to ensure that they control your mind. And they can do this easily. Either they use religion or use politics or use ethnicity. There's always a tool to tune your twine.
Okay.
Whatever they want to do.
All right.
So what the government can do is what I told you already, Mr.
Yeah, fast.
You to dedicate a department for that. These people have the 911. So those who don't want to carry fake news, Once they call that number, they will get a reply, and they will get someone to tell them the truth and everything. That's why it's very difficult for people like me to carry fake news, because you will know once you see it. The way it's written, you know, because there will be no information.
Of course.
Nobody will take claim.
Yeah.
They just say a source.
Yeah.
Or somebody close to the presidency. All those you know are this is obviously fake. But our people just want to be validated. And that's why the thing will spread.
Okay.
But patient, a quick one. We in Nigeria we try to look at the disease. We don't check the symptoms. In all of this, what is the National Orientation Agency doing?
Simple question. All right, show you.
Okay, for me, social media is actually a two-edged sword. It depends on how you decide to use it. Yes, it has its pros and cons, and it has its disadvantages. If the government by itself or by themselves, do the needful in terms of coming with clean hands on all issues. I mean, they show sincerity with all issues. Fake news won't fester so much. It will have been nipped in the bud from the very beginning. So they need to come out clean to the society, to let the society know every time what they are doing in their government and say the truth at all times. It is when they continue to color truth. That's when people will pick those coloration and formulate another story beside it, and those ones now become thriving.
Do you know that it has tried to the extent that whenever our Minister of Information says anything, now we all know the majority believes that whatever he's saying is lies.
It's like, yeah.
Yes, because they've taken over that space from the Minister of Communication. So that it is that
They
bad.
don't have that confidence anymore. Unfortunately, the government doesn't have that confidence. Even when they say the truth, they are saying the truth. A lot of things happened in 2015. Quite a number of things that Jonathan came out to say, this is actually the way it was. They were actually the truth. But because he has lost the confidence of the people, people never believed it was after he had left. People were like, and he said this and he said that. And
Okay.
it was true.
All right. Let's look at more feedbacks on the program today. This one says the social media is a threat to any government who do not perform their basic responsibilities. Mr. Sampson has already given a platform to the youth who are all learning different trades under his stewardship. The government needs to empower this individual to make his system work, not focusing on social media report. Martins Osinachi from Lagos. That person is talking about you. Let's talk about your platform quickly.
Okay. Presently, we have a construction training artisanship institute.
For youths.
For youth.
Okay.
And the reason why we started that was the government is talking about coming out of recession. I'm an economist and I'm also a leader, so I tend to understand the sequence of economic progression. The government is talking about recession, they are coming out of it. Now, if they are going to fully come out of it, they need to do a lot of infrastructure development. That will require a lot of investment in infrastructure.
And yes, before we begin to,
Yes. But now, that will have created a huge space for unemployed youth to have been captured. But unfortunately, these youths, do they have the competence required to partake in this humongous, this big employment opportunity? Do they have the skill required?
Are they employing?
Are they employing?
Exactly.
So we are seeing that, and we said the area we begin to establish construction training institutes to train carpenters, to train bricklayers, to train welders, to train tilers, to train painters, competent ones. Because by the time this development actually starts,
with certification.
Yes. By the time this development actually starts, they will be forced, because contractors will be the ones that will be engaged. And if they cannot find the competent ends within the society, they will
go out.
bring in foreigners. So currently now it's already happening. Because you see, bulk of the contract given to Chinese companies, they actually come in with their people.
True.
You see them all over Ikeja, they rent apartment and lodge them there. So we are saying that we will continue to cry as a society to say a lot of Nigerians are unemployed until we begin to do the needful. And I feel we need a lot of more institutes. We had opened our doors to the public to say, we'll do this for free, but how many can we do per time? The institute can only accommodate maximum of about 300 trainees per time, and they run through a batch of about 3 months to a year.
Okay.
But that's as little as we can. I think currently now we have registered over 400, and a lot of people are still registering, even while I was there today.
which shows that there is the zeal, the
Yeah,
eagerness,
yeah.
you know, on the side
We have female
of the
plumbers,
youth. Wow.
female plumbers trainees, we have female welding and fabrication trainees.
Sorry to interject at this point. I think it goes beyond us training Nigerian youth, you know, to develop all the skills. It will go a long way rather if Nigerians begin to change how they view people like that. Because we need to start recognizing the fact that there is dignity in labor. A lot of people would not want you to introduce them and say, I'm a mechanic, I'm a carpenter. You know, we have to begin to realize that people like that are actually respectable people in the society. All right, yeah.
Because we actually identified that part, and we felt, why is it that bulk of these artisans that have the requisite skill are not thriving in the market? Our research showed that there are things they don't learn how to relate with customers.
Okay.
They don't know how to present quotes. They don't even know how to manage even their inflow. A lot of them actually can far more than an average educated fellow. You know, but ability to manage resources is actually there.
Very true. All right.
We brought in courses that would help them, like construction, business development, communication, health and safety. These are additionals to the core trades. By the time they are finishing, they are coming out as a contractor.
Okay.
They are already.
That's good to know. What's your social media handle so that the bulk of Nigerian youths who want to tap into that?
Personally, is at Shoyebi
Shoyebi.
for Twitter, and I think for the website for the company is www.onifitacademy.com.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. I think that is an independence bonus for Nigerian youths who want to. Anyways, more feedback's coming in. The youth have lost confidence in themselves. That's why they find jobs with no pay, and they continue complaining of small money, forgetting they have to start somewhere. This one says one thing about Nigerian people: everybody is fighting to make money for his family. Look at our school today. No equipment, the students only read theory, no practicals. Those days when we have technical schools, things were fine. If they can fix up power today, Nigeria will be all right. We need good roads, hospitals, security. Some who say he's an engineer can't carry out practical because he has no practical experience. I think that basically says it all. It says it all. Ogochukwu from Enugu is back and says GKB has said it all on the issue of social media. All right, this one says, good morning everyone in the house. We Nigerian youth are lazy in the sense that we can't react, or we're very slow to react to some issues or policies that have no impact to us as youth. What this means is that we should wake up from our sleep and begin to do like labor. We no go agree. Okay. Thank you for sending that in. All right, according to available information on social media, 10 major things that are challenging the Nigerian youth today involve unemployment, laziness, social media, drugs and alcohol abuse, insecurity, bad governance and corruption, poverty, lack of good health care, lack of funds to pursue entrepreneurial endeavors, and lastly, poor state of education. And on that note, I'd like to say a big thank you to our guest today. Thank you, Buki. Thank you, Shoyebi Akogusa. Thank you for coming through.
Did you mention the science students?
Science student. I said drugs and alcohol. Yeah, they're there.
Did you mention those science
I wish we had more time to talk, but even as we celebrate 58 years of Nigeria's independence, I will pray that the government of the day will continue to do good by the Nigerian youth. Thank you for watching. We sign out with this song on Nigeria and independence. We'll see you tomorrow at noon. Bye-bye.
Every young man want a job. ní Naija ṣe làwọn ọmọge kan sá. Ní Naija ṣe làyàwó bí wà máa jà. Akẹ́ àwọn tó dá padà. Farawé nígbà yẹn nínú tó dá. Akẹ́ àwọn tó dá padà. Wálé wá every day they keep on hearing you she mad. Sometimes all I wanna do is fly away, run away, run away from the problems around me. But we gotta stay and fight it out. African land of honor and resources. Time for our leaders to lead us rightly. Time for our nation stand up justly. Stand up for peace, greatness, unity, 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 yeah. Ní Naija, àwọn ọmọdé wọn ti ń jà. Ní Naija, every young man wanna jà. Ní Naija, ṣe làwọn ọmọdé kan sá. Ní Naija ṣe láyàwó bí wà máa jà. Akẹ́ àwọn tó dá padà. Farawé nígbà yẹn nínú tó dá. Akẹ́ àwọn tó dá padà. Wálé wá every day keep on hearing you ṣì máa dá.